Jet's problem, question number 2. Well, for a sandbag is dropped from a hot air balloon and it hits the ground at 73.5 miles per second for meters per second. My bad. For letter A, basically we first found the list of givens, and 73.5 meters per second is the final velocity. The acceleration is always going to be negative 9.8, and since we don't have an initial velocity, it's going to be 0, and we're looking for how high the balloon went, so that would be displacement. So, or distance. So what we do first is we find the equation, and that would be the second equation, which is final, final velocity square equals to initial velocity square plus 2AD. And then since we don't have an initial velocity, we can eliminate that. And to get that d by itself, we divide both sides by 2a, and we end up with distance equals to final velocity square divided by 2a. And then we just plug the numbers in instead of the using the letters, and the final velocity is 73.5 square and divided by 2, and then times negative 9.8, and that's a big number, 5,402.25, and divided by 19.6, that is the same as 2 times negative 9.8. And the answer for distance will be 275.6 meters. And that's all for for letter A. Now for letter D, we do the same. B, we do the same. We find the list of givens, and we have a final velocity which is the same as the previous problem, 73.5, and the acceleration is the same also, negative 9.8, and we don't have velocity, and we don't have initial velocity, so that's gonna be 0, and we're looking for how long does it took for the back to land, and that would be time. So we're looking for time, and then we look for the equation that we're gonna use, and that's the first equation, and it's gonna be final velocity equals to initial velocity plus acceleration acceleration times time. And then we eliminate we divide, we eliminate bi because it's equal to 0, so we don't need it, and divide it by acceleration because we need to get the t by itself. And then the equation that we will have left would be t equals to bf over acceleration, and that's equal to 73.5 divided by negative 9.8. And when you calculate that, and the answer will be 7.5. And when you calculate that, it's actually going to be negative 7.5, but we can never have a negative time, so it will be positive 7.5.